Hey, it's your boy DJ Wolf here. Got a couple things on my mind. It's Friday, man. I see that they were showing the portions of the live coverage of McCain's funeral. I think they moved the body out here because he's supposed to be buried out here somewhere. Nevertheless, I saw it. I saw about a couple minutes of it, and that was it. I did notice one thing. There was only one black person that spoke. A guy that spoke on behalf of McCain. That was a football player and former military person, Larry Fitzgerald, who plays for the Arizona Cardinals. McCain was in Arizona Senate. Now, of course, if Larry Fitzgerald wasn't the person that he was, being both a former military and pro football player, McCain probably would never be his friend. I just had to think about that. But nevertheless, despite all of that, Donald Trump, for disrespecting John McCain, was a dickhead for doing it. I'm sorry. That's just the way I feel about it. He was a total asshole for doing it. He disrespected this guy, from the jump. And wonder why he wasn't invited. Really? He blames the press for everything. He spends more time with his thumbs on Twitter than he do really being a real president. That's ridiculous. And this ain't fake news. This is real stuff. This is facts. That's all he does. He don't do anything. I'll leave it at that. Oh, so they got the roads open. Cool. He don't do anything. He's just a know-nothing, do-nothing president. That's all he is. Man, they make these roads a little tight today, man. Good Lord. They finally got it open, though. That's a good thing. At least the road's open today. I thought they were going to... They're still working on the road works up there. They finally got it right. But I want to continue with, I guess I could modify a little bit. I was going to talk a little bit more about people using your kindness for weakness. Where, I think I've talked about it enough before. I think one of the biggest places that use their kindness for weakness at, I hate to say it, but I gotta be honest, church. Church is the biggest perpetrator of that. And I'm not saying everybody's like that there. There are some people that will try you. They will try to take advantage of your kindness all day long. I've known that to happen. Next thing you know, you watching the kids and everything else. That's another whole story, but I won't dwell too much on that. I think I've put the message across very well. But I kind of feel right now that today's sisters out here today, they're so independent, man. A lot of times they put you in the back burner as an afterthought, but they always want you putting them as the primary thing of theirs, primary woman, squeeze, whatever, and to me it's a double standard. It is. But I don't even want to get into all of that. I've talked enough about it. What I will say, I will talk about this now. This is a story that came up. I just happened to watch it this morning. This is regarding Kandi from Kandi Burruss, of Escape fame, who not only is of Escape fame, but the members of Escape actually kicked her out, from what I heard a while back. When the man is woman. That's another story. That's about her singing that song. But she recently bought her daughter a very expensive vehicle. I ain't gonna go into details about how much or whatever. That ain't my business. But of course, against the better wishes of her husband. But there's a couple of double-edged swords in this mess. First of all, that's not his daughter. So she can kind of do that and get by it, because she's pretty much the breadwinner. Even though he makes a lot of money. He makes very good money. He has his own production company on top of that. Now, it's kind of this is why marriage a lot of times don't work. Because you got women out here who do make more money than guys. They're so in love with the guys, but yet they want to control them. This is sort of a prime example of that. Excuse me. And I think it's kind of messed up too. But this is also why a lot of guys don't marry women. And I can understand that too. Because women, for the most part, good or bad, they play head games on you all day. They will. I always say, you ever you get, let's put it like this. Where Eddie Murphy used to say, give a woman a road more than a cowboy. That's all I'm saying about it. But to me, what does that teach a young 16-year-old girl who's been 16 for a couple of years, quite a few years? 14 for, she was 14 for about 3 years. I know her. No, I'm just kidding. I don't. Well, anyway, to make a long story short, what does that say when you spend that kind of money on your kid, and the kid's not even out of school yet? She don't even know how. I'm not even sure she knows how to drive yet. Mom spent all that money, I mean a lot of money too, on this car for her. And it ain't that she ain't got the do-re mi. I give her that. She's a songwriter. She's a singer, She's a former band member. So I dig all that. She earned a coin. But where's the value that you need to be teaching your daughter? Are you saying that no man could ever top the kind of things that your mother could, or somebody your mother could do? No guy will ever be good enough to be able to meet that kind of match, And Kandi, who actually is a business proprietor in her own right, wouldn't you think the first thing you would try to teach your daughter is to run her own business? Maybe not the kind of business she runs now, but I'm just saying in general. Maybe become a record producer, or show her the ropes about running a business in the record industry or something like that. She has some experience with it. I mean, I'm thinking, you may not want to just throw it away, the kind of money that she threw away on her daughter for a car, a piece of material. Not like a real estate property that eventually she'll be able to build stuff on her own. Not like some kind of savings bonds or market mutual funds or anything like that. It's on a fucking car that depreciates in value. Really? And I thought about what somebody was saying on YouTube earlier, and they're totally right. Now, granted, that's her daughter, and she can treat her daughter, within reason, of course, great any way she wishes. If she wanted, but you gotta understand, it comes with a price, and the price is you're spending that bulk amount of money on something that eventually is going to depreciate, and the girl, if may want more. That probably will never be enough. And you know what? Honestly, buying that car for that kind of money would never be enough. You know, it would have been nice if she had, put out like some kind of investment plan for her so she could build her future and make her own money and buy whatever she wants when she make the money. But to buy, spend that kind of money on 16-year-old for something's going to depreciate in value within 10 years, and it is. That's insane. That's insane. I would never pay that. The amount that she spent on her daughter for that car, I wouldn't even dream of. Not even the new car. I would never dream of that. Never, never, ever. That's insane. That's so insane. I'm just to a point now, it's like, I don't know, man. I just wish that I just wish I could actually start my own business. I think about that all the time. I was telling my wife this morning. I said, you know what? I'm tired. I mean, seriously. And this is real talk. I don't mind working for other people. But then again, I do. I've been working for other people since the age of 13, man. 12, 13 years old. Real talk. When I started working for a newspaper back in 1976. Really about 12. About 12. Yeah, 1976, 77, something like that. But my thing is, it's time for me to be able to work for me. It's time for me to be able to do my thing. Excuse me for a second. I mean, that's the way I feel about it. I've been working for other people so long that I'm clamoring to do business for myself. I don't want to wait too late to do that. There are people out there right now, they're like, what if I did that? There are people still having dreams of something that they may never achieve. And I want to be able to do it now. They said do it while you're young. I would love to do it now. But because every day, and I know people all over America, but I'm talking about all over the world, but over America for certain. It's like, damn, I have an idea for this, but I can't do my idea because I'm working 9 to 5. And not only am I dependent on the 9 to 5, the 9 to 5 is the only thing that actually pay me any real money. And I understand that. But then I also realized, because I used to do this, I used to work on my music at night. And go to bed late, and then get up in the morning, go to work, and do the same process all over again. And maybe something I might have to start back doing again. That's a hard sacrifice, I can tell you that right now. It's a very hard sacrifice. One of the hardest sacrifices I've ever had to do at one time. It drove me nuts. But I made some of my best music at the time, too. Well, some of my better music, anyway. And I just feel like sometimes when I'm not doing my music and stuff, I think I'm missing out. I seriously do. I be thinking about it during the day sometimes, like, damn, man. Instead of me, hearing customers jumping up my throat for something they couldn't get, like I control everything, I could be actually creating content. Not only just, I ain't talking about really necessarily social media. I'm talking about music content, something that I really been wanting to do for a long time. And I just don't have the time. So, my headphones ain't heard a word. This asshole right here. It just makes me somewhat sad. I'm not gonna lie, it do. It really It really does. Make me sad because I feel like I've been missing out, on opportunities for the longest time, and I just don't have the time to do a lot of it. It does. It continues to bum me the fuck out. Come on. It continues to bum me. It really do. Because I feel like I'm kind of at a place where I want to be able to do a lot of that. My kids have been all raised up. And I don't have to worry about having to, after school practice or football practice or anything like that. Or take them to the meets or whatever, with the opportunities I have now, I still don't have time to do it. That's what bums me out even more. And like I said, it's the one thing that really makes me, I don't know. I was like, I got rehearsal tonight. And as much as I love singing and everything, I don't even feel like going because we usually do like 2.5 hours in a month every. Oh my God, I don't even want to. Don't even get me started. It's to a point now. It's like, man, really? I somewhat don't mind, but then again, I do mind because most of the people I know in there, I'm not even that tight with. Seriously, it's good to see them and everything, but I'm not that tight. I'm just that kind of person. I just I don't know, folks. I don't know. So, you can hear the slight frustration in my voice. And when it comes to music, I like what I do. I honestly do. But I just don't have time to do enough of it. Like I had rehearsal. I had practice working on Ableton at the spot that I always go to. I didn't have a chance to go. I was supposed to went the second time and the third time. I've been missing the practices for weeks. I might just cancel service altogether. I just don't have time to do it. And I really miss doing it. I did it one time and I loved it. But I'm kind of bummed because I haven't had time. I haven't worked on anything. I'm just like, I don't know. The thing about jobs today versus jobs from yesteryear, I really can't say a whole lot about it, but I can say what I know about jobs today. Jobs today, when you do the commitment to jobs today, you commit to them. You commit to their process and what they believe in. And what they think you should be a part of. There's no point. Come on. I'm not going to go that way. Well, period. No, I'm not. It just bums me out. It literally bums me out. It just bums me out to a point where I'm just like sad. I was like, wow, man, I'm literally sad. And don't think for a minute I'm not, because I'm being honest, I am. I may not exactly sound like I'm sad, but I'm sad. And maybe I'll, damn, still can't make a turn here. It sucks. Oh, come on. Really? Anyway, this is DJ Wolf. I don't really have much else to say right now. I'll get it together. The music, I'm going to put out some more music. I'm going to put out some more content. I'm going to work on it. I just, I get so bummed sometimes because I think about at my age now, the things I want to be able to do, the things I have more freedom to do now than ever before. It seems like they're not attainable anymore. It just bums me. It just bums me right straight out. It bums me flat out. It really does. You know, the things I thought was attainable now, it seems to be, every time I think it's within reach, is out of reach. You know? Every time I think it's within place, it's slightly out of place. It's always something. You know? I kind of don't know how to describe it. The only thing I can say is it just bums me the hell out. That's all there is to it. It completely bums me out. I'm not going to kid about it. In any case, guys, this is DJ Wolf. That's all I gotta say. Of course, I got more content on the back burner. And I'll talk to you guys later. I'm out.